Friends, this is the Museum of Goa. So this is the rhinoceros made of the iron, जो सरिये होते हैं उनसे बना हुआ है ये. वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, यू कैन सी इट. ये पूरा इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया है, तो इसलिए यहाँ पर काफ़ी इंडस्ट्रीज़ है और उसके बीच में ये प्राइवेटली ओन्ड है. यू कैन सी दिस rhinoceros इन द रेजिंग मोड. और ये बाहर कुछ आर्टिफैक्ट्स बना रखे हैं इन्होंने, संभवतः कहीं से मिले हो. म्यूजियम ऑफ गोवा. दिस इज म्यूजियम ऑफ गोवा. वी आर एंटरिंग इनसाइड. सी द फिश. Kidneys. These are the jungle mushrooms. You can see the jungle mushrooms. This is head. Medium copper. ये head बना रखा है किसी का. Human head with the eyes. And this is Mandvi Mandala. Mandvi Mandala. Mandvi Mandala celebrates a rich navigational history. It created using wood of old dhows from the part of Mandvi in Kutch, Gujarat. These dhows must have sailed to the African coast, Red Sea and the Persian Gulf carrying cotton, spices, tiles, oil, coconut amongst many other goods. Scores of these dhows lie anchored in Mandvi, reminiscing their numerous voyages. The nails from these dhows are believed to be a good omen. Each piece is more than 100 years old. So these are the Mandvi Mandala. Fishermen and the ocean. These any ritual being done by the fishermen. I have had the opportunity the life of fishermen at close quarters since I used to practice medicines in a fishing village. I realized that their lives are inseparable from the ocean. The ocean is not just the provider of fish, their existence is marinated in the ocean. Through my works, I have tried to present this idea of inseparability of fishermen and the sea. The fishermen become the fishbone, the fishman becomes the boat. The fishermen sit in a circle to perform some oceanic ritual. The fishermen sit in two rows, touching the soles of their feet to mimic the keel of the boat. The fishermen line up to pay homage to the ocean. They walk along the waves. The work celebrates the role an ocean plays in shaping civilization. So these are the fishermen performing on the side of ocean. These are also fishermen. A beautiful depiction of a painting. This is also dhau mandala. This is the fishing disc. The disc is created with a piece of traditional woods fishing boats from Goa. Planks of mango wood were joined together using coconut coir ropes, cotton and tar. The wooden fishing boats are now replaced by fiberglass boats which are lighter and maintenance free. The artist bought old canoe from the fishermen and used them as a material for his sculpture. The memories and stories of the fishing canoes are embedded in his work. ये जूट है और वो पहले फिशिंग कैनोज ऐसी हुआ करती थी. अभी करंट में तो सब मॉडर्न मटेरियल, सिंथेटिक मटेरियल आ गया है, इसलिए ऐसा है. सी द रिचुअल परफॉर्म्ड बाय द फिशरमैन अलोंग द सी. एंड दिस आल्सो फिशरमैन. सी द शेडोज ऑफ द फिशरमैन. एंड दिस इज सम टाइप ऑफ Katre chow pau. Katre chow pau. The Goan bread is very special and popular amongst all communities. Mixed bhaji pau, vegetable and bread, is Goa's state breakfast. Bread was introduced to Goa by the Portuguese. They use today for fermenting the dough. Hindus do not eat bread because it was considered a Christian food. The Portuguese also used bread as a conversion agent. Goa is perhaps the only place in the country where the bakers visit every home twice a day with fresh bread in a basket mounted on his bicycle. There are 4 major varieties of bread: pau, poli, konkan, Bengal bread and katre chow bread. So this is the katre chow bread. see the designs on the flag. And this one is the memory of a boat. A boat is being remembered for its role in the historic navigations of the sailors. I have always been fascinated by the old wooden fishing boats of Goa. These boats are created using wooden planks stitched together with coconut coir. Most of the fishermen are now buying fiberglass boats. So this is in the memory of boat by the Subodh Kerkar. And this is the plank trunk of a tree. Wow, what is inside it? The jackfruit trunk. Oyster cross. That is the oyster cross there. I will show you the oyster cross, then we will explain it. This is the oyster cross. This is the model. How much beautiful is this hollow trunk? So oyster cross, the ocean has been the highway of culture, the medium of intercontinental cultural fusions. The ocean has served as a medium of dialogue between continents for time immemorial. Different religions across the ocean to find new shores. Hinduism, Buddhism from India went to China, Japan, and many other Southeast Asian countries, while Islam and Christianity came to Indian shores. In fact, Christianity arrived in Kerala during the early years of the Christian era, much before it went to Europe. The artist created a metal cross and kept it at the bottom of the ocean in a cage for 3.5 years. The ocean worked on it, adorning it with oyster shells. This is a work in collaboration. And the red patches on their trunk, jackfruits cling onto the tree like babies to their mother. I found this hollow trunk of a dead jackfruit tree lying on the roadside. I cleaned it up from inside and attached thorns of Thrifla tree all over. The genetic information that the fruit will have thorns is already embedded in the trunk of the tree. This is the trunk of the jackfruit tree. And this is the painting, the Triumphatic Trio. So what this painting is about, Viraj Naik, that painter is Viraj Naik. In 1510, Alfonso de Albuquerque was invited by Thime and the Mahal Pai Varneka to take over Goa from the Adil Shah of Bijapur. The duo dreamed of ruling over God themselves as vassals of the Portuguese. They were soon eliminated and the Portuguese remained in Goa until 1961. This painting is a depiction of that event. Triumphant Trio. Thime, Mahal Pai Varnekar to take over Goa from the Adil Shahi of Bijapur. So this is somewhat type of war like painting created on the canvas, but ultimately Portuguese remained there. Old man and the fish. This is the fish and this is the old man. Just like that stone. This work consists of a head of a fisherman with fish made in Laterite stone, an exact replica created with iron nuts. These are iron nuts. Laterite stone has high content of iron oxide, which gives it a red color. Iron can be extracted from it. One of the sculptures is made with iron ore and the other with iron. This work attempts to trace the ancestry of iron and the ore. This is the person's head. This is the fish. The laterite. It contains the high iron ore, so it reflects as red color. सीपियों के आउटर कवर्स हैं, शेल्स, सीपियों के शेल्स. Goa's Ark. This Portuguese conquered Goa in 1510. They immediately began to convert Goan people to Christianity. Hindu temples were demolished and churches were erected on those sites. The Hindus carried their deities in canoes through the rivers Mandovi and Juari to Kambharjua, Honda, which was not under Portuguese control. New temples were built for the deities. Even today, the first owner to carry the palki of God during annual festivities goes to the boatman of the village Adpai, whose ancestors had served the deities 600 years ago. In the story of Noah's Ark, God intervened to save mankind in Goa. Humans intervened to save goats. You see beautiful boat with the goats inside it. You can see. You can see the goats there. Depicts